Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you all how to draw some 3D shapes, which you guys are always asking about, and one student in particular asked if I could show you how to make 3D shapes. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a cube, a cylinder, and a pyramid. However, I'm also going to show you how to turn basically any shape into a 3D shape. What makes a 3D shape different than just a regular shape is that you can see more than one side. So this is a cube and this is a square. See the difference? A square, you only see one side. A 3D shape, you see multiple. So I'm going to show you how to make some of these and some extras. You might want to grab a ruler for this. I'm not going to use a ruler for myself because I think it's just faster if I don't. But if you think you want to grab one, you can go get that. And of course get your regular drawing supplies, your paper, your pencil, your eraser, all that stuff. And then we can get started. So today when I show you these 3 different 3D shapes, I'm first going to show you how to draw all the lines you need, like in this one, but then I'll also show you how you can erase certain parts of it to make it look more like a 3D shape. Some people like leaving all the lines like you see in this one, and some people prefer it to look more like a closed shape. So I'll show you how to do that for each one. I'm going to start in pencil, and then I will also trace in Sharpie in a little bit to show you how to change the shapes a little bit to be how you want. So first of all, the cube. That one to me is the most fun. You're going to start by drawing a square. Remember, a ruler will help you. I'm just skipping it for this video though. Square. And then to make it look 3D, you're going to draw another square and just imagine that it kind of traveled diagonally from this box. So like, instead of drawing one directly above or right next to it, you're gonna kind of travel this way. And I'm gonna start with my bottom corner of the square right here. So I'll go across. You want the second square to be as close to the same size of the first one as you can. So a ruler can definitely help you with that, but they're pretty close. So I have my one square and my other square. Then what you're going to do is you're going to connect the top left corner of the front square to the top left corner of the back square with a diagonal line. The top right to the other top right corner. You'll notice that all the diagonal lines will be pretty much the same angle. You shouldn't have one that's straight up and down and one that's this way and one that's that way. That means that your square, you maybe didn't put it quite in the right spot. So I connected the corners of the first square to the corners of the second square, and now I have my 3D shape. If I wanted to erase the parts of it so that it looks just like the outside of the cube and not like all the inside parts, the parts that you would want to keep would be the front square, all the stuff inside the front square gets taken away. Then we'll do these 3 diagonal lines and this vertical line and this horizontal line. All these other lines I did not trace. You would erase them to get rid of them if you want your cube to look like this one. Like I said, it's okay to leave it this way too though. Alright, now let's do our cylinder. So that's like a tube, kind of like a toilet paper roll. That's what a cylinder is. So to do a cylinder, you're going to start by drawing an oval for the top. And then on the very edge of your cylinder, so not the bottom here, but like the very edge, the furthest out point, you're going to do a line that's straight up and down, and then the same thing on the other side. You want to make sure the sides are vertical. If they go this way, it's not going to look like a cylinder. And then this part can be a little tricky, but try your best. You're going to draw another oval that you want to be the same as this one. I like to start with the bottom curve first, and then I make the top curve of the oval. Pretty good. Now, if you wanted it to look more like just the outside of the shape, this one's pretty simple. You're going to trace that oval on top. the 2 vertical lines and the bottom curve. Then this part can get erased away and then you'll have that 3D shape. And the last one I'm going to show you from this paper is the pyramid. To do the pyramid, you're going to start by drawing a diamond, or maybe a little bit easier in your head if you just think of it as a square that's turned this way. So I'm going to start by doing these 2 diagonal lines. I find this easier. And then I'll do 2 more that connect right below the ones on top. Then you're going to make a line that goes straight up from the bottom. It goes through that top point and goes up a little ways. And then you're going to make a diagonal line from this corner to the top and this corner to the top. Oops, there we go. So there's a pyramid. It's a little squished. If I made my diamond a little wider, it wouldn't look so squished, but that's okay. If you want it to just look like this, which would actually be great if you're trying to draw like an actual pyramid like from Egypt, you're not going to trace the top part of the diamond. You're just going to do your straight lines and the bottom diagonal lines. So there's our 3 shapes. We have our cube, cylinder, and our pyramid. I also told you though that I would show you how to make basically any shape 3D. This doesn't work for everything, but it's a pretty easy way to do it. So let's say I draw something. I'm gonna draw a house shape, which is a square with a triangle on top. Okay, so I drew my house shape. Now, if I want to make this 3D, think of it like the cube. I'm gonna draw the same shape, but a little bit kind of up and to the right, like on a diagonal. So it's like it's traveling this way. So I'll start with the bottom. Remember, it should go outside. It shouldn't match up perfect. Okay, now I know this is not perfect. I didn't make them both the same, but you'll still see the point. Now, just like the cube, what you want to do is go to every corner of this first shape and make a line going from the first shape to the second shape. So the top point of the house shape can connect to the top point of the other house shape. This part, the upper right corner, can connect to the other upper right corner. Bottom right, bottom right. And now I made this 3D house shape. Just like the cube, if you want it to look like an actual house and not like you see all the inside stuff, you're going to erase all of the lines that you actually see inside the first shape. And then we'll draw only our outside lines. So like the top, this side, this little corner, the back, and the bottom. So I just made a 3D house. You can also do it with things like bubble letters. Now this is obviously going to be a bit trickier. Also, it's hard to make this shape exactly the same, so I'm going to try my best, but I know it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. Okay, it's a lot to look at, right? One thing I can do to make it easier is I can actually go ahead and just trace the front K right away. That way it's a little easier for my brain to understand what I'm looking at. And now, just like before, I'm going to connect the corners from the first shape to the corners of the second one. This is a corner too. All right, now let's see what we got. And that looks pretty good. It's definitely not perfect, but I'd say that's a pretty good, first or quick attempt at it. One more shape I'll show you is if you choose to do shapes that have round edges to them. shapes that have pointed edges are a little bit easier to make 3D. So like a star or a hexagon, things that are pointed. But something like, let's say, a heart, which has rounded edges, can be a little trickier, but I'll show you how you can do it. So I drew my heart, I'm gonna fix it a little bit, there we go. And now I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna draw another one. I'm gonna make this one pretty far over. All right, and now you're probably thinking like, how are we supposed to connect this? Because it's kind of hard to tell. Well, let's first look for the pointed corners. There's one here. I'm gonna connect this to that one, and this one to that one. Now what you do is you look for the outermost edges of the shape. So on the heart, I'd say like right here is kind of like the outermost edge. It's the furthest out. I'm gonna connect a line that goes from here to here. And up here is another outer edge. Like I can see, oh, I could connect a line from there to there. And I'm gonna go ahead and trace right now and see if I think it's good. Okay, so it looks all right. However, if I really wanted to make it like a little more 3D, I could add an extra line right here and here. So it's not perfect, but it's a start. Now you can look up other videos on YouTube of how to make specific shapes if you want, like a 3D diamond, 3D heart, whatever. There's actually a lot of different techniques, but I just wanted to show you a simple way to do it. I want to make sure that you guys know and understand that not everybody likes making these. Some people just, it clicks in your head and you really get it, and it becomes actually kind of easy for you and it's fun. Some people, it just doesn't quite click in your head and maybe you're not perfect at it, and that is okay. So if you try this and you feel like you just don't get it at all, don't give up, but it's totally normal to struggle with this a little bit at first. And it's totally normal for you to maybe try it a couple times and decide, you know what, I don't really like 3D shapes. That's okay. Just have fun, practice it, try different things, and if there's another shape you want me to show you, just let me know and I would love to do that for you. I hope you guys had fun drawing your 3D shapes today, and I hope you learned how to kind of make more than just these 3 basic ones I showed you. I probably will make another video sometime with some more shapes, but it's really not too hard once you figure out how to make the lines go and how to move the shapes into the different spots. You can basically turn anything into a 3D shape. So just keep practicing. It does take time and you will get better, I promise. And I will see you guys next time for our next drawing video. Bye!